All right, welcome to the Witcher Math channel. It's lunchtime. Perhaps you can hear the footsteps and joyous voices of the middle school children in the hallways, making their way in the world today, right down the hallway. But in here, we are quietly making a transition from evaluating expressions into the mad world of equation solving. Here's what I mean. Up until now, we've been working with expressions. Here's an expression for you. I'm so hungry I could eat my arm. That's an expression. Here's a mathematical or algebraic expression. Let's go 5x plus 16. Expression, it has no equal sign, right? No equal sign. So it's called an expression, not an equation. So to evaluate or to give a value to an expression, we substitute the 4 for the x so that we can work with just numbers. Substitute. Order of ops. So we're going to multiply first. And then we're going to add last. And there's our value of this expression when x equals 4. Yay, remember that? We've been doing that a lot. Hopefully you have too, to the point where it's boring and you need more of a challenge. So welcome to this video. Here we go with a little more of a challenge. So evaluating expressions we're being told what x is, and then we're using that to come up with a value. When solving equations, this is fun because automatically we need an equal sign because that's what makes it an equation. And this should remind you of that. Equation. 5x. I'm going to take this expression from over here, and I'm going to take this value because we decided this expression has this value when x equals 4, right? Are you late for lunch? Are you hungry for knowledge? Here we go. So you might see some connections here. I hope I've made it pretty obvious for you, Captain Obvious. So over here we came up with expression with this value. So here we have expression has this value. But now we have to figure out what x is. And you're like, I already know. Well, so do I, but let's learn something. Okay, so what do you see happening here? I see addition happening. And what's the inverse operation of addition? Subtraction, right. So I'm going to subtract from both sides of the equation, and to remind you that every equation has two expressions, one on each side of an equal sign. So, and when we're solving equations, it's important to maintain the fact that it is an equation. You know, I have to keep it balanced. Like if I had 2 plus 2 over here, I need 4 or something that has the same value on the other side. So we want to keep this balanced. Anything we do to one side, we do to both sides. So I see addition of 16, and our goal is to have x equal something. So step 1, we're going backwards through the order of operations, whereas over here we finished by adding. Here we started by adding, but we got to do the opposite of that to turn this into a 0. You can emphasize that by circling it. Here's a 5x. Step 1, we're gradually getting the x all by itself. 36 minus 16 is 20. Now what do you see happening on the left side? 5x, what does that mean? 5 plus x? 5 divided by x? What does that mean? It means 5 times x. Just like we did over here, remember? Okay, so what I want to do is the inverse of that. I want to undo that multiplication by dividing. Simple as drawing a fraction bar. It indicates division when you do that. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Drawing a 1 through there kind of reminds you that's what's happening. Now we have x all by itself, almost at our goal. Keeping it balanced, so we're dividing both sides by 5. 20 split into 5 equal pieces. Each piece has 4. This was just a coincidence that I did this down here. You might think it was rigged. Not rigged, just happened. Okay, take a second and look at that. Please notice how, or maybe you already did, evaluating an expression is the upside down version of solving an equation. Or you could also think of it as solving an equation is the upside down version of evaluating an expression, right? Look at this. We substituted the 4, we multiplied, then added. Over here, we don't know about the 4 yet, and instead of adding, we subtracted. Next step, instead of multiplying, we divided, and we end up at the bottom over here with the same value we started with when evaluating an expression. See that upside down quality there? I hope so. Very nice. Should we practice one? No? We're 7 minutes in. Yeah, let's practice 1, 2. Let's do 2 of them. Nice simple one. Just getting used to a new routine here. We're going to solve for x. And how about throwing a negative sign in here? 4x minus 6 equals, what do you think? 14. Okay. Why don't you pause the video, go through the steps we just learned. All those good notes you made, right? Take a screenshot of that if you did not make notes, because those are good. Look at that, pretty colors. Okay, pause the video, boom, do it. And welcome back. Let's go through the steps here. Let's do both of these at the same time just to reinforce the inverse operations. In fact, we're doing opposite ops operations in the opposite order. So instead of multiply or divide first and add and subtract, add or subtract next, we're going to flip that around. We're going to either subtract or add first, and we're going to finish by multiplying or dividing. So, boom, normal order of operations. When solving equations, we do the backwards order of operations. What do you see happening here? Basic order of operations. We see addition. So what do? Right, subtraction. From where? Both sides. Remember the balance scale from the first part of the video? These are called opposites because when you add them, it makes 0. And 19 minus 5 is 14. And you might think, wait, this is not going to work, Mr. Witcher. You didn't plan out this video very well, you dork. That's you calling me a dork, not the other way around. Okay. So what do we see happening here? I see 3 times x. We see multiplying. So we're going to divide. Trust the process. I would not lead you astray this time. 3 divided by 3 is 1. There's the 1x. And 14 divided by 3 is, well, it's 14 divided by 3. We can just leave it like that. We can't simplify it. You could call that a mixed number and call it 4 2/3. Or if you're a calculator dork, like I sometimes am, that's meant as a compliment. That would be 4 6/10 repeating. Take your pick. We've done all that stuff before, so it's no big deal if we get a fraction over there. Life is a fraction sometimes. Let's do this one. What do you see? Right, subtraction. So what do? Addition. We create a 0 there, but we make sure we do it to both sides. Keep that scale balanced. Keep that equation. Keep that equation equal. Wrinkles and all. This makes 0. 4x over there. Excuse me. What's 14 plus 6? Do it! 20. Right. En español. Good. What do you see now? Multiplication. We undo multiplication by dividing. Little fraction bar makes that nice and simple. Both sides. 4 divided by 4 is 1x. And 20 split into 4 equal pieces. Each piece has 5. There we go. There's that one. And there's that sample, presented in 3 different formats. And that's going to do it for this video. Bye for now. More to come. Let me put that opening thing back up there. There you go. There's the summary of the video right there. Goodbye. Thanks for watching the Witcher Math channel. More to come soon.